Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for being here. For those of you that have never met me before, my name is Ebony Chainsaw. I love discussing food, fashion, frights, and everything else in between. And today, I wanted to discuss with you the Obsession movie. Now, I want to give you an honest movie review of the Obsession movie. It is going to be spoiler alerts, guys. There's no way that I can tell y'all about this movie without telling y'all about this movie, okay? Most of you may have already seen it. For those that haven't, but they're too scared to watch it, then listen to me. I'll tell you about the movie. And for those of you that want to see it, but you haven't seen it yet, but you're going to see it, don't listen. Because I'm telling it all, y'all. There's no way that I can talk about this movie without talking about this movie, okay? The thing that I also want to say, for those of you that have not already, please like this live and share it. Like it, share it, subscribe, or at least like and subscribe, because I'm trying to build my community of spookies like me, people who love everything horror. If you're one of those people, you're in the right place. Please add me, subscribe to me. It's going to be a great time. All I love to do is talk about everything horror. Of course, I do talk about other things in between, but mainly the premise of everything is everything horror or horror related, science fiction, anime. I'm your girl, okay? I love all those things. So without ado, let's get into the movie review of the Obsession movie. Now, guys, I want to tell you there's two main characters in this film. One is Bear and the other one is Nikki. So basically, Bear and Nikki, they work together amongst other friends. And, they've spent a lot of time together, at work, outside of work. They go out, they party. They have a really good time together. They've really built a great friendship and a great friend group. So what happens is that they end up going out one night, and Nikki needs a ride home. So Bear takes her home. And when Bear takes her home, he has secretly loved Nikki for like ever. He has loved her. He's pined over her. He had this longing, lust, and desire for her since he can remember. But he's too chicken to tell Nikki. And so to me, listening to this film, I'm sitting up there thinking, if you got anything from this film, what I took from it is that if you secretly have a crush on someone or you know that you love them, be honest. Like, tell them exactly how you feel, because, keeping that on you, it can really mess with, in my opinion, I think it's going to mess with your mental health. It's going to mess with your confidence. It's just being in the unknown, not knowing what could be, what could have been, don't do that. If you know that you really, really, really are in love with someone or you have deep feelings for them, if they're not connected to someone else, be honest. I mean, even if it does not work out as you planned, at least you got it off of your chest and you know what it is, So anyway, while Bear is taking Nikki home, he has the prime opportunity to tell her how he feels. In this movie, she clearly gives him an opportunity to confess his undying love for her. But does Bear do it? No, he does not. Now, prior to that meetup at that night, he was on the phone with Nikki, and Nikki misplaced the necklace that she had that was really special to her. So in going and looking for a necklace for Nikki to replace for her, he stumbled upon this thing that's like this Will-O-Wish thing. And he didn't, really believe it at the time, but he went on ahead and picked it up. And so he had it with him. And when he was taking Nikki home, and Nikki and him had this moment of where he could have been totally and completely honest about his feelings, he chickens out. Yes, he did. He chickened out had the prime opportunity. And instead of him telling her how he felt, he let Nikki walk away. And then he had all of these feelings of uncertainty. And instead of saying, wait, hold on, I got something to tell you. You know what Bear decides to do? Bear decides, instead of telling her how I feel, I think I'm going to do some black magic. Okay, guys. Yes, Bear did. So Bear goes in, picks up this wish willow thing and breaks it and makes this wish that she's gonna love him. Like, I just want her to love just me. I want her to, I want her to love me, more than anything. So he makes that wish, and when he makes the wish, he doesn't think that it's gonna come true or anything. He's just doing it off of GP. Well, guess what happens, guys? All of a sudden, Nikki comes back. And Nikki is like, oh, I want to be with you. What are you doing? Can I go home with you? So Bear is like, huh? So Bear's like, oh, okay, all right. So Nikki tells him this long, drawn out story. He believes it. She ends up going home with him. They end up at some point connecting, and he's like, it's, his head is wide open. He's like, oh, she is crazy about me. Now they're all of a sudden couples goals, and everyone's looking around like, huh? Like, where did that happen? When did this happen? How did this happen? And, Bear is just soaking it up. He's so excited, and Nikki is so clingy, so obsessed. She's just like, and so all of a sudden, after days of Nikki and Bear being together, it starts to get a little dark, and she starts to do strange things. And then you realize, wait a minute, is Nikki really Nikki? What do we have here? Why is she so strange? And y'all, she's doing the strangest things, like weird. And you can tell that Bear must really love her, because I know some dudes, they'd have been out in 5 minutes ago. They'd have been gone. But Bear, and this was the thing that got me too, Bear is acting surprised. Bear is like, why is she acting like that? Nikki, you're not yourself. I need you not to do these things. I need you not to do that. Can you just be Nikki for once? Like, what is this all about? And I'm like, duh, you put that black magic on her. You thought it was a game. And the universe is showing you that, dude, it's not a game. So then, after many days, he decides to go and investigate where he got the wish willow from. And they advise Bear, well, that wish you made, Bear, the only way that you can break that wish is by unaliving yourself. That is the only way to do it. Now Bear is like, oh my goodness, no. Bear, yes. When you play with stuff like that and you don't know what you're playing with, that's what you get. So now he's in the battle like, oh, I love Nikki. I want to be with Nikki. I need to figure out how to fix this. I need to figure out how to fix her. And then at some point you find out that Nikki is not Nikki. Nikki is actually, her body is now possessed by a demonic spirit that is fulfilling the goal that, fulfilling what the... So basically Nikki's body is being possessed by a demonic spirit that's fulfilling Bear's wish. But Nikki is no longer in control of her body. And at some point in this movie, the true Nikki asks Bear to unalive her. She's just like, unalive me. I have no control over anything that I do. I'm afraid. I'm scared. I don't know what's going on. Just unalive me, please, Bear. And Bear is like, no, Nikki, no. Because Bear realizes it's all his fault. And there are parts in the movie where he reaches out to some of his other friends to try to get help at this situation, but he doesn't try to get help until it is completely impossible for anyone to help him at this point. And unfortunately, there are some people that he loses because of his selfish decision. Had Bear just said, you know what, Nikki, I'm feeling you. Do you like me? I like you. If not, it's all good. We can continue to be, you can friend zone me. It'll hurt, but I'll get over it. That's what Bear should have done. And I know, guys, you're going to say, well, if he'd have did that, it wouldn't have been the movie. I know, but I'm just saying, to me, it just makes perfectly good sense, because sometimes when I'm watching my scary movies, y'all, I get so invested in these movies. I get invested in these characters. And I'm just like so mad at Bear, because I felt like Bear should have just been honest from the jump. And then if he'd have been honest from the jump, yeah, it probably would have been a different kind of movie. But still, I'm just saying, anybody with me, go ahead and comment down below. Do you see it the way I see it? Like, I totally feel like he should have just been honest about how he felt. But he didn't. So now he has to go through the extremes to get rid of this, this curse, and to give Nikki peace. Well, fortunately, once the end comes, he does give Nikki peace, but it is at the cost of his own life. And poor Nikki, once she does come out of the spell in which she's been put under and realizes what Bear has done, most likely she'll never go back to normal. Even once she comes from the spell, to see what has happened because of what he's done, I don't see any, human being really getting over something like that so traumatic. Was the film good? Of course. I loved it. It was wonderful. Nikki was amazingly spooky, and it reminds everyone, like I said, what I pull from this film, just be honest. Honesty is the best policy. If you like someone and they ask you, be honest. Do not look for dark, entities or the dark arts to try to fulfill your wants and desires and needs. You know what? What's for you is for you. If that person is not for you, eventually the universe will bring you what you need. But don't ever go to the darkness, because what happened? He went to the darkness and he ended up in the darkness for the rest of his life. So guys, I love the movie. I recommend watching it. It's really good. It does have disturbing moments. It can be very creepy and eerie at times, but I loved it. And plus, it's a good conversation. Once you finish watching this movie, it's probably something that you're going to want to talk to your friends about or something, so you can get the perspectives. Everyone gives their perspective on it. But I love the movie. I would give it an 8 out of 10. Because it was very good. Definitely check it out if you can. I'm sure it's streaming on other streaming platforms right now, so check it out. Thank you so much for listening. If you can, please don't forget to add me, subscribe, and like. Thank you so much. Until then, this is Ebony Chainsaw, and I'm out. Peace out.